Welcome back to Frank's Favorite Foods, where I'm always cooking up a good time. This is the channel where I teach you how to make restaurant quality food at home. It tastes as good as it looks. This is chicken, artichoke hearts, and broccoli in tomato cream sauce. If you're not a subscriber, you should be. Hit the big red button and the notifications bell. That way you'll be notified every time I put out a video. This dish is surprisingly simple to make. I'm breaking down the broccoli into pieces that will fit easily on a fork. I could have said bite-sized pieces, but you actually want them to be just a little bit smaller than that. The beauty of this dish is how everything sort of works together. The idea is to be able to get a couple of different components on the fork at the same time. I'm working with some canned, unmarinated artichoke hearts. I'm looking to remove anything that's not going to taste good. Sometimes the edges are hard. Sometimes some of the outer leaves are hard as well. Occasionally there's a fibrous piece between the leaves and the base that needs to be removed, but this one seems fine. I'm also taking the time to separate the leaves so that they really get incorporated in the sauce. Now let's prepare the chicken. I'm going to prepare small, thinly sliced pieces of chicken. If you're gonna need to cut your chicken to eat it, you're cutting the pieces too big. I'm going to saute the chicken in a pan on medium-high in about a tablespoon of butter. I'll add a little salt and fresh black pepper. We're going to saute the chicken for about 2 minutes. It doesn't have to be thoroughly cooked. Before we add 1 cup of marinara. You may be wondering, Frank, did you make the marinara? The answer is, well, sort of. I made myself walk over to the pantry and pull out a jar of marinara. Next, I'll add 1/2 cup of heavy cream, 1.5 cups of the broccoli florets. I'll let this go for about 1.5 to 2 minutes on medium heat. Then remove it from the stove immediately. The broccoli on your finished product should still be a little bit crunchy, which would be completely unlike the broccoli my mom served me when I was growing up, which disintegrated upon impacting your tongue. You'll need to prepare a 1/2 pound of pasta. Make sure that you salt the pasta water. I'm cooking a 1/2 pound of pasta in 2 quarts of water, so I'm using about 3/4 of a tablespoon of salt. Most importantly, taste the water. It should be slightly salty. If it's not, add a little more water or salt. I know other chefs add oil to their pasta water. I don't. I've always found that stirring the noodles kept them separated. And I don't really want the oil coating my pasta. I want the pasta to soak up the sauce. Well, I'll bet you're thinking, Frank, you sound like a genius. How do you know so much stuff? My grandmother was a fantastic chef. But while she was my inspiration, I owe much of what I know today to Chef Jesse. As you can see, I've heated things up, added the artichokes, checked for seasoning, so I'm adding a little more salt and pepper. I'll add a 1/2 cup of parmesan and about 2/3 of the pasta. My friends and I purchased the Twisted Noodle from Jesse in the early 90s. The knowledge I gained from working one-on-one with her for over a month is invaluable. So, Jess, if you're listening, thank you. This is one of dozens of fantastic recipes she shared with me. The pasta soaked up the sauce nicely. You can sort of get a little bit of everything on your fork at one time. That's the dish. You can subscribe right now. Don't forget to hit the little notifications bell. That way you'll know every time I put out a video. I always appreciate you taking the time to watch. If you love this episode, please share it with a friend or maybe just hit the like button. I'll see you in the next video.